1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this, our 116th episode and glorious part 2 of Randomness for the Good Morning Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we discuss the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I'm one of your hosts, the Brazilian mountaineer and transition ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, jury, and executioner. Oh, wait, hold up. Not with us tonight, unfortunately. Only in spirit, the judge, jury, and executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel. We'll see you next week, buddy. On his left, or more my left and my right, the volleyball and beast of the East, who can make you laugh in 3 words or less, or your money back, Ronnie Johantges.
Hello, everyone.
Hello to you. And then our final member of the GMG Quadfecta, who now has Christmas in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, happy 57th birthday, and La Coretta in his old stomacho, Marc Boucher.
Ah, you stole my line. I was totally going to take that moment.
Stole the thunder.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway. Happy 57th birthday to Doctor Who, born this day in 1963.
Happy birthday, Governor.
Literally the day after JFK's assassination.
Earlier today, my daughter asked me if I could do a British accent.
And
I amazed her with an Australian accent, a Scottish accent, a little bit of a British Cackney accent, and then she asked me,
accent.
What language is that? And I just laughed because it's like, not a language, but okay, close enough. It's good times.
Nice.
All right. As is tradition, we weren't able to fit all the randomness talk into one episode last week. We were missing Ronnie. So after throwing some updates our way, Ronnie and I will be sharing some shorter topics to discuss. But before that, let's jump into what's new news. Starting, of course, with RJ himself. What is new with you, brother? Catch us up on the last 2 weeks.
Wow. So many things that I did over the 2-week period. Truth be told, I really didn't do anything.
That's much more like
I think 3 weeks ago,
truthful.
We learned that one of our friends had gotten COVID, and we basically were in direct contact with her.
Oops.
One night that we had a few people over, and she ended up finding out later she tested positive like a day or two later, and wasn't feeling bad or anything when she came over. It just kind of started afterwards, and so we self-quarantined for 2 weeks. I have only left the house really like twice. Our quarantine is officially up on Sunday, but we actually went we went a day early, and my mother had our immediate family Thanksgiving dinner, so it was nice to get out of the house and see people. It was for pretty much most of that time. Elizabeth was at work, and it was just me and the cat at home, so I began to unravel, I think.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
Not really at all. I honestly took a lot of naps. Just when you don't have things to do, you just nap it up.
That sounds glorious.
It was.
Actually.
I mean, honestly, I could live my life this way. I could live my life this way. I got back into Ark actually.
There you go.
And I've been playing.
Did you go to the new area?
I did. We went to a new map. And it's cool. I like it. I think Eric has already burned out. He was playing with me. Bengal Man 09. Yeah, he's already burned out again, I'm pretty sure. We went to the new map. We were able to take a bunch of your items from map to map. So, we didn't have to start from fisticuffs,
Yeah,
and
you just kind of load them up on your dinosaurs, or
so they have these big towers in the middle of every level. They're called obelisks, and they have these big ray of light, and you can upload your upload your creatures, your items, and yourself into the obelisk, and then download it download your stuff onto another map, basically.
All right.
So we did that, and we went to a map called Crystal Isles. And it's really cool. There's 9 different biomes in it, so it's all different types of areas, and there are it's called a wyvern, but it's a dragon is what it actually is.
Right. Yeah, it's a fancy word for dragon.
It is a fancy word for dragon. And so I got my first dragons and everything, and it's been really fun. But no, I've been totally back into it. You know, before I go to bed, I have to play Ark for 4 hours every night.
Of course. Yeah. As is tradition.
I have played a little bit of Diablo 3 still. Elizabeth is more addicted to that than I am to Ark.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
She has been playing that quite a bit.
So now what's your level separation?
So she plays, when she plays by herself, she has a different character. And
okay.
when she plays with
that's
us,
good.
yeah, when she plays with me, she basically will, we started a couple of characters or whatever. Our actual storyline characters, we're in Act 5, so we're not that far away from beating it, actually.
No, you're not.
She started like a seasonal character. She started playing the seasonal character. I don't really know what that even means, but apparently...
it's like a chef.
apparently there's a lot of challenges and rifts and stuff you can go into in seasonal mode, so you can kind of jump around. You don't have to follow an actual storyline, but there's still missions and stuff. She's actually downstairs playing that right now, no doubt.
Nice.
But I like Diablo 3, but it's
fine.
a very
Take it or leave it.
cool game if your girl is playing Diablo 3. This is a very cool thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did not know this early on. The good things just keep coming out. But no, it is fun. It's fun to play together. You sit there and chat or whatever. But honestly, yeah, that's about it for my 2 weeks. I mean,
All right.
I've just been just living it up.
Nice.
What do you guys do?
Living it up. Yeah, Mark, tell us about it.
Yeah, Mark, tell us.
What have you been up to?
What are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and tell you about it.
All right, that'd be great. You should tell us. Does it involve demons, dinosaurs, or...
Dragons.
I couldn't think of a D word for napping. They're dragons, yeah.
Docile behavior.
Docile behavior.
Nice. There
Yeah,
are some
that
naps, for sure. I definitely did take some naps during the course of the week.
Gotta get that in.
Yep, naps are great. Yeah, so it is somewhat, we're not fully there, but somewhat Christmas time.
Yeah, you're
Here-
halfway there.
But yeah, so we are going away this weekend. We're going on a trip into the mountains. So obviously,
On foot?
yes, we're hiking.
Yeah, I...
Sasquatch,
No, they're taking all their stuff to the obelisk and
Obelisk,
shooting it
yeah.
up the
Download
Rocky
it all in
Mountains.
there.
Upload yourselves
Yep,
in the
download
mountains.
it, upload it. Yep.
No, we're driving up there, but obviously by the time we come back, it's going to be after Thanksgiving, and we're not going to have time this weekend to decorate for Christmas as we typically do. We wait until after Thanksgiving, and we didn't want to wait until Monday to put our Christmas decorations up. So we decided to say screw it, and
That's what everybody wants to say.
yep. And we put our Christmas decorations up this Saturday.
How
this
dare
past
you.
Saturday.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Congratulations. You've joined the light side. Welcome. You are welcome here, good sir. We
so
are
yeah.
celebrating that Christmas.
So Christmas tree is up. All the wreaths
like-
in our house.
Do you wake up and just put your hand to the side and try to ignore all your Christmas decorations because you're I can't celebrate you yet. Quit with your cheer. Quit with your happiness. I'm
No, it
thankful.
was-
The end.
It was actually funny. I was over at my in-laws' house last night, which I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, my mother-in-law was talking to me, and my father-in-law decided to put Christmas music on, and he's like, and my mother-in-law was like, so Mark, are you okay with this? Is this too much on you? I said, well, Michelle, I'm not actively pursuing Christmas music at the moment. However, I will not turn it away at this point. So, of course, after Thanksgiving, the radio in my car, the radio in the shuttle van at work. There'll be Christmas music all the time.
All Christmas shoes.
Yes. No, not
Christmas shoes everywhere.
Sir, I want to buy these shoes. I need to watch that movie this Christmas season, just
I know,
because
If it's
of how
anything like
really
the
do.
song,
hilarious
it's
it
gonna
is.
suck.
We should have a spoiler cast.
We should. We
The
should do
Christmas
that.
shoes. I don't think I've actually ever watched.
I
that
am
movie.
less likely to watch that movie than I was to watch Superman.
Oh,
Well, see, the funny thing is, and I think I talked about this last year, was that movie, like, it takes every opportunity to, and pun intended, shoehorn the Christmas shoes song into
Like
the
the
movie.
lyrics.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like the end of every act. It's like, kid walks into a store. Sir, I'm gonna buy these shoes.
Tell me he sings it.
That's
like
all
that,
it is
too.
a kid at the counter for 2 hours.
Next scene, kid's at home with his mom who's sick. Sir, I wanna buy these.
Let me call the shop, see if they got the shoes.
At the end, they don't have the right size. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah, the end.
But sir, I wanna buy these shoes.
We don't have your size.
But yeah, I've only ever seen that movie once, and like I just remember them taking every opportunity to play that song in the movie,
That's funny.
which makes sense because I mean that's what the movie's
It's
based
gotta
on.
be
But
a banger
anyway,
then.
It's true.
yeah, I mean Rob Lowe's in it.
Rob-
So,
Yeah,
That's-
it's gotta be good.
That's actually better than I thought. I got to be
Yeah.
honest. That's higher class than I thought
Yeah.
it would be.
but it's like '90s Rob Lowe, like the in between years.
The bad boy?
Yeah,
Mhm.
well,
Yeah, not really.
I
Not
don't know
quite
if it
Tommy
was.
Boy.
I don't know if it was pre West Wing or post, because he was on West Wing, wasn't he?
I would guess it's pre-West Wing.
I'd have to look. I'd have to see. But in any case, we're in almost full swing with Christmas around here. Got the Christmas tree up. I got a couple new decorations for the old office here when I'm streaming.
Mhm.
So
When
been
you're
in,
raging,
yep.
Merry
But
Ragemas.
Ragemas. And also my wife's grandparents are in town currently. They came in Sunday night, so that's why I was over at my in-laws' house last night. Was we had dinner over there. We had dinner over there tonight too, and we will have a special dinner at a local, like, super nice restaurant tomorrow.
La
because it
Coretta.
is- No, we
You
had
guys
La
have to wear
Coretta
like
Sunday
blazers
night.
in this restaurant?
I don't
Like
know.
that nice?
I don't know if there is a dress code.
Sir, you
going
cannot
on.
eat here unless you have a coat.
But it is a nice restaurant, and we're celebrating their 50th wedding
Oh
anniversary.
wow!
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs.
Brimmer.
Mark's grandparents in law.
Brimmer.
Brimmers.
Yes.
That's awesome. 50 years.
But
quite
and
an
then
accomplishment.
Yes.
That is quite an accomplishment.
And then Wednesday night we'll be doing a Thanksgiving dinner with them. So it's like Kristen's family every night, which is not a bad thing at all.
Hurry, get that in there real quick.
Just wanna make that
It's not bad.
clear.
It's not bad.
I
Just-
love it. Just so we're clear.
No, it's great. It's just that's all day every day is it's work, and then over to the in-laws house, which is
Yep.
fine.
It's great.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
This could be used in a court of law. So what you're saying is
Yep.
you're happy about it.
Things are great.
Yeah.
You're thankful.
No, it's good. It's a great time, for sure. I love her grandparents. But
He's holding up a sign for those at home that says, "Please help. I'm in danger."
Yeah. SOS.
Pray for
He
me.
just included a number. What is that? 911? Is that what you want us to call?
Yeah,
Mike?
it's written
Yes.
backwards though.
Yeah.
199
What is
or
119?
119.
Upside down 6.
Is that a niner in there?
Yep.
But
Talking about
yeah, that's pretty
walkie-talkie.
much that's pretty much it on the real life front. However, on the gaming front,
It's much worse.
Yeah, actually, in some respects, yeah. But
Go
no.
ahead and let's just get the elephant out of the room here.
Let's start with the pros first. We'll go
Oh,
to
you
the
want to
cons
start? See, I know most people like to start with the cons first and get the bad stuff out of the way.
Yeah, let's soften the blow.
All right, fair enough.
So I played and beat Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah. Woo.
Which
Look at you.
That was a fantastic game, and not that I expected any less. Insomniac.
You know who's judging you right now? Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
He's looking at you with those judgmental eyes.
Sorry, Ghost. Spider-Man takes it every time.
Yeah, I second that one, man, for sure. You made a good choice and just being like, you know what, Miles, I'm playing this one now. So good.
Oh yeah, the game was fantastic. Story was great. Insomniac, they hit this one out of the park again. I had a great time being back in that world. The story that they told was great. Had a lot of fun with it for sure. I don't know if I'd platinum it. I'm just not a trophy hunter.
You didn't platinum the first one, right?
No.
I mean, this one, if you're not going to platinum this one, you're not going to platinum any of them because this one's pretty short.
Yeah.
Comparatively speaking, of course.
I still have it, so I may go back in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
You just look up games all the time that you don't play just to see what the platinum is like, Lucas? You look them up whenever you hear about them and find out how hard the platinum would be?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's the trophy.
I do my
hunter in
research
him.
sometimes. Yeah, I'm the like, there are games that I'm like, I really want to platinum this, but then there are others I'm like, I'm curious, how hard is the platinum? I mean, they have guides out there that'll tell you the hours, the missable trophies, and just really set you up so you don't have to do too much work, just enough to be a nerd. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the pros.
Yes, they got that out of the way. Now to the cons.
I do like it better the bad first than the good. Then you stick the landing.
Yeah.
It feels like we're falling off a cliff now.
So, Ghost Runner. Pretty much the first couple of times I've streamed this, because this has been our GMG Game of the Month. I've been okay with it. It's been difficult. But I've pushed through and have had some enjoyable experiences from it. But then there was this past Saturday night, and it just felt more and more like this game was unnecessarily difficult for the sake of being difficult. And I had this on, I think, like the easiest mode possible. And to me, this game is just incredibly mentally taxing. Thinking about all the wall running you have to do and the ways you have to always be moving constantly. You cannot stop, because if you stop, the enemies, if they hit you, you're done. You're dead. One shot. Thankfully, it's set up to where you can start right back at your checkpoint immediately, and so the wait time isn't too bad. But it gets super frustrating. Especially, again, enemies, if you stop moving, they're going to hit you. They're pinpoint accurate, and one shot and you're dead. And there's a lot of wall running and puzzle solving, which typically is up my alley. But the difficulty level on this is to me, ridiculous. And it really came to a head when I got to what is actually the first major boss of the game, or at least one of the bigger bosses. Maybe not the first boss, but there's this like some sort of robotic system of some kind that's like shooting all sorts of lasers, and you're having to bob and weave and jump over all these different lasers, and there's quite a bit of a climb to make with this. And if you die, you're all the way at the back of the bottom. Now, eventually, like you do hit a checkpoint, but it was getting absolutely frustrating, trying to weave through all of this, and plus the audio, it kept like repeating the same lines over and over again to the point where I had to turn the audio off. because it was just getting annoying. It's like, I'm at a station, and it's like, I'm going to tear my hair out.
Yeah, it was like just listening to Siri talk over and over again and say the same thing.
Yeah.
I was very thankful when I listened to it that you turned her off.
Yes. And so I finally got to the second part of it, which was equally as frustrating. You have to, again, do all sorts of bobbing and weaving, and if you get hit once, you start over again. And finally, I beat it. I beat that particular boss. But by that point, I felt exhausted. And to me, with a game, you should not feel exhausted. Of course, there's challenges in every game. Everything's difficult. And when you win, it should be rewarding. And all I felt was exhausted. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this game. So I immediately, I actually ended the stream early and deleted it off my hard drive. And that's it. I have washed my hands clean of this game. I'm sure there are many who enjoy this game and love the challenge of it, but I am not one of them.
Hey man, I think you gave it a good old college try. I unfortunately wasn't able to watch a lot of your journey, but I definitely, once I found out after the fact that you had rage quit, I was like, well, I got to see what this is all about. So I watched it today, and I was feeling it with you, man. That first person perspective, like platforming where you have to thread the needle, like there's these lasers coming at. Sometimes you got to duck, sometimes you got to jump. Sometimes you got to strafe to the side, and sometimes you got to grapple. I'm like, the depth perception is sometimes really hard. Like, I feel like you need VR goggles, or like for me, I like when I do platformers, I like to do either side scrollers or third person where you can gauge where your character is to something. But to me, the hitboxes are almost unfair sometimes with first person viewed games like that. But you kept going, and I was like, okay, where's the rage quit? Where's he gonna be like, you know what, forget this, I'm done? Because there are a few times there was like a 10-minute span where you were in the same spot and you just kept dying. I even had to, like, at some point I just started to scrub forward and was like, okay, where does he have success? And it was like 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh my gosh.
You didn't see it the stream before this one. I spent freaking 20 minutes on a puzzle.
Oh, really? On one puzzle?
And the puzzle, like, still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But I had to look it up on a video and see where the pieces started with and which ones he turned in order to make the puzzle work. And the puzzle still doesn't make any sense to me, but I finally did it. But yeah, I think Tim Pollen was actually watching when that was happening, and that's, like, puzzles are fun to me usually. I love doing that kind of stuff, but when it's, like I said, challenging for challenging's sake, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it, that's just ridiculous to me. That's a waste of time.
Well, you got about halfway through the game, and
which makes me mad, because that's like that's like an 8-hour campaign, and it took me 8 hours to get halfway through the game.
Yeah, that's probably a sign that you do need to move on. Yeah, so it's probably good.
But that's it for me for that. I do have an idea for the next GMG Game of the Month game, and since the next time we meet, I think it's going to be December, right?
Well, the next time
it'll be the end of November.
So the next time the podcast is released, it will be December.
Okay.
Because we will meet potentially next Monday the 30th.
Okay.
So
I'll save it for next podcast then. But I do have an idea of what the next game's going to be.
This is actually my last podcast, only being 32 years old also.
Yeah, it is.
That's right. Your birthday's on Saturday.
Yes, it is.
As is my wife's.
Nice. What a good day. It was a good day. What year was your wife?
91.
91. Just a pup.
Mm-hmm. But that is it for me. Lucas, how was your week, sir?
All right. Well, my week was good in some ways and definitely rough in other ways. And like Mark, I'm going to start with the positive, and then I'm going to roll into.
Why are you guys doing this?
just because we can.
Just so you'll ask that question.
That's right. I actually have a reason for mine. Actually, I don't. I'm just doing it because Mark did it. He started it. Blame him.
That is the reason.
Yep, that is the reason. So last week continued Spider Week. I had told you guys the week before that had been all about Spider-Man, and yet again I just transitioned right into Miles Morales, just like Mark did. I haven't been able to move the needle as quickly, but it's been amazing. The story, the side quests, the collectibles. Ronnie, I can't remember if you've ever seen this game, or I don't think you've played it because
I have not.
You haven't had a. But the feeling of web swinging in New York City is unlike any other. Like, it is so fun, and the tricks you can do, the way the web gives and takes, and the flipping and the like zip lining, and it's so versatile the way you can travel the city. You don't even want to use the fast travel in the game. It's so good.
Yeah, I think I used that maybe once.
Yeah. I've used it like when I know I only have like 10 minutes left before I need to wrap something up, and I'm like, I just need to get over there and do it, and then I'll be done. But it's just so fun. And then on top of that, my kids always wanting to swing around as Miles, and also do some of my dirty work, so some of the collectible stuff for me, so then I don't have to do the extra as much anyways. That's kind of nice too. Like getting to trophy hunt, like working towards the platinum, not just alone, but with my kids. It's very satisfying. So I really enjoyed my time with it. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I think I have like, I know I'm in the back half. I can tell I'm definitely in the back half of it. I've spent about 9 hours playing it. Should wrap it up this week. But it's so good. I already can't wait for Spider-Man 2. I kind of wish that Marvel would just kind of let Insomniac like keep going with Marvel characters. Kind of like Rocksteady's taken Batman in that realm. I'm like, you know what? Just expand it. And Insomniac just really has a good way of kind of telling Peter Parker's story, and through, the way they've just, especially Miles Morales, like Harlem's its own character in the game. And we'll talk more about that when we do the spoiler cast, but it's just so good. Besides playing Spider-Man with the kids, I've also been playing Tearaway. I had told you guys that before.
Yeah.
In the past, we still have not beaten this game. Let me tell you, this is just like a game that will not go away. Like, it won't finish. And it wouldn't be bad if they didn't like. It's one thing if you're just playing the game, enjoying it. There's a clear goal in mind. But there's 3 acts in this game, and at the end of each act, the kids and I have both thought that the game was over. And then they throw you a curveball, and they're like,
"Oh, that drives me nuts."
Not yet. They're like, "Get to the top of this mountain, and then you will deliver your message, and you will be done." And then you fall all the way down to like the core of the earth. And then they're like, "Now get to the lair of the enemies, and once you defeat them, you will be able to deliver your message." We get to the core. We say, like, we pretty much convert or almost save the enemies. Like, pretty much the enemies in the end, spoilers for Tearaway, by the way, they just want you to create something for them, like treat them special. So in the game, you treat them special and they become your friends. And now they're like, then the narrator's like, and now you can deliver your message. And all of a sudden, we're like delivering the message for 45 minutes. And the kids are like, are we done with this game yet? And I'm like, I don't think so. And then today, we're still trying to deliver this stupid, I don't even know what the message is, but we're trying to deliver it. We're like flying in the air. And what's funny about this game is you're delivering the message to yourself. Because in the game, you are like almost like the godlike figure, and the characters in the game are aware that you exist, but they don't understand what you are. And so your little character is trying to deliver you a message. We don't know what the message is. But you're literally like flying a plane towards a little paper airplane towards us. Like the PlayStation camera has the camera on us, and so we can see our character flying towards us. And right before you get to us, the narrator's like, "Oh, there's another messenger that needs your help. Will you help them?" And both my daughter and I at the same time are like, no, go away. We don't want to help you. We want to deliver this message. Well, guess what? They don't give you the option. This is not a Telltale game. This is not like an RPG where it's like, ooh, form your own character. No, it's go help the messenger. So I looked at the almost like the table of contents, and we have 3 more sections in this third act. And then I've confirmed. I looked it up online. We are done after this. And let me tell you, we will be done. It's been a really fun game, but it's too long. Like it's now taken almost 12 hours to get to this point. And the kids just want to play Minecraft as usual. Today I was like, you know what? You kids can play on your phones, and we will just kind of play this on the side. And when I kind of let them not, I didn't make them focus on the game. My daughter was still very interested, but still, it's just like they've drug it out too long. But even still, my daughter's like, you know what, this game's really fun. I just wish it wasn't so long. And I'm like, I hear you. But we still want to see it through to the end because that's just, how we roll. And so that's been, I think that's pretty much been the gaming, for me and the kids. Besides that, because of it being the second week of Spider-Man week, we watched Into the Spider-Verse for the second time on my part, for the first time for my family. And let me tell you, it's so satisfying. I don't know when the last time you guys have introduced a movie to your friends or your family, knowing that it was really good, and getting to see having that satisfaction of seeing them laugh or connect with the movie. And that's the experience I had this past week. Knowing how good Into the Spider-Verse is. I know Mark's seen it. Ronnie, have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
I have not.
It's an animated Marvel movie, and it is one of the best Marvel movies, live action and animated. I would recommend you check it out as a fellow Marvel fan. But watched it with the family, and they loved it. It was, we were talking about it not only that night after we watched it, but the day after we watched it. James was like, oh, the Spider-Man this, who's your favorite Spider-Man, and all this stuff. And it's just so fun. And then speaking of fun, I got to continue with the fun. Disney Plus, we got it. And it's rolling. Every single day of the week, we are booting up that old Disney Plus, and we're like, what are we going to watch today? And it's been awesome. Between Star Wars, Marvel collections, so many good things on there. I've almost forgotten that Swisher Plus exists.
You know what they have on there
fantastic.
That's actually really good is they have a ton of documentaries that are awesome.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see the pictures of them, and I'm like,
they're good. Some of them
I
are
wanna
really
see
good.
This. Yeah, we're definitely gonna, and I am open to suggestions. By the way, now that we have it and it's consistently at our fingertips, we definitely want to check out some of that stuff because there's a lot on there.
There is.
I think one night we just went through A through F, just looking at the movies. I didn't even get in the documentaries or the other stuff, but yeah, there's a lot that I was adding to the list. We want to watch this and this, and lots of Christmas movies. Adding a bunch of Christmas movies to the list. It's been awesome. However, life has not been all sharing cookies with Baby Yoda. It has been a little rough because we got a curveball thrown at us this past week. I started working at the church office again last week. I kind of recalibrated my schedule because I'd kind of struggled with mixing work and play and family and life and stuff. And I got my nose to the grindstone a couple weeks ago. And then COVID hit Mindy and the kids' school. And there was 3 different students. 2 of the students had contact with Mindy. And we were keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
There was a week or so of separation, and we weren't sure from when they found out. And so everybody's just kind of some of it was kind of they canceled some things, but they didn't cancel everything. And so at the beginning of last week, we're you know what, we better quarantine just in case. And so pretty much Mindy and the kids came back here. We are quarantined in the house. And then on top of that, this past weekend, Mindy started to develop a dry cough, felt fatigued.
Oh no.
Nothing is confirmed yet, but she talked to the nurse at the school, and the nurse was like, you need to get tested for COVID. So tomorrow she is going to get tested because she can't return to the school or do anything at the school until she's confirmed to be clear.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just go ahead and do that, and if she's got it, we're gonna quarantine for 2 weeks, and if she doesn't, we know that she can go back again because pretty much everybody who is directly in contact, everyone else who was in direct contact had gotten tested, and I think everything's going to go semi back to normal after Thanksgiving next week. But now Mindy needs to get tested just to be sure. It might not be it, but we don't know. The dry cough thing, like some of the symptoms and stuff is like, oh, I don't know. Because she took like Dayquil or NyQuil and stuff, and it didn't help with all the symptoms. So we're thinking, ooh, it could be that old corona. So we're gonna find out, keep you guys updated on that. But that's kind of throwing a wrench in the spokes. But even still, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. Went to Sam's Club today. Probably the second time I've gone to Sam's Club in Brazil.
Y'all have Sam's Club in Brazil?
Yeah, there's actually 9 of them in Sao Paulo alone, and they're not that great.
Concentrated area to have 9.
I know, right? It is. I was like, a 9? I had no idea. Mindy looked it up and found out. But the main reason we went, turkey. It is really hard to find turkey in a Brazilian grocery store. But Sam's Club, they've got so many turkeys, it's ridiculous.
So you had to buy 20 of them?
Yep, we had to. We're like, we better stock up for the next 15, 20 Thanksgiving, so we're good to go.
You have to take care
Actually,
of
what's
that.
funny, we bought a bunch of stuff, and then we were on the way home, and Mindy's like, do we know this is going to fit in the freezer? And I'm like, I believe in you. You can do it. She's like a puzzle master.
That's the
she
worst,
can,
getting home with all the stuff and having to figure out how to fit it in.
Oh,
Man,
shove it
that's
in
the
there.
worst.
It's like, okay.
Worst game at Tetris ever.
It's no fun. There's no
It's
winning.
like, what are we eating the next 3 meals that we can take out of the freezer and put in the fridge or even just sit on the counter? And we just know, okay, this will last for 12 hours. It doesn't have to be in the fridge. So we're playing that game right now. But it'll be worth it because when Thanksgiving comes, we're going to rock it out. We're going to eat that sweet potato casserole, turkey, all the trimmings, all the good stuff. Pumpkin pie. So, yep. But yeah, that's what's going on in the Swisher household. That is what we are up to. And that's all I got for an update. So I think
Sweet.
that transitions us right into the old topic of the show. That's right, folks. We are being random, and we are going to be talking about some random topics. Ronnie and I, Mark is he's buckled in. He's riding
Going
by
along for the
the seat
ride.
of his pants. Yeah, he's here to join us for whatever we're going to lay at the table. So, Ronnie, I'm going to let you
Now, are
lead
you
the way.
nervous, Mark, about what the topic could be?
You should
Yeah,
be.
absolutely. I'm scared to death right now.
Well, the topic that I brought, I think you'll enjoy.
There you go.
So, obviously, playing these last few weeks, Diablo with Elizabeth, it's really the first game like we've gotten into co-op like a lot, you know? Like we've been playing the same games, but a lot of times it's like separately, and like when we played Ark, both of us, like we just played on our own separate systems and our own worlds and stuff like that, but you learn a lot about the person you're playing with based on like just how they game. Like me, I've talked about this before. I don't care about side quests. I don't care about any of it. I'm just going to run through. I just want the action. And there's a good chance I'm going to be a little bit weaker when it comes to the boss because I didn't do all of the things. And then I just rely on my skill as a gamer to get me through every time. And Elizabeth is a slow, methodical, collects and does everything along the way. So most of the time I'm just sitting there, just waiting for the
Waiting
action.
on her.
Just waiting for the action. So that the funny thing is I'm that way in most games. Ark is actually not one of them. oddly enough. I play a little bit more conservatively, and like the building aspect, I guess, and like the upkeep, like making sure all the troughs are full, like the electricity's run, all the stuff. Like I actually really like that, which is kind of weird. But my topic is, what kind of gamer are you? I know a little bit about both of you. Like Lucas, you're a little bit of a trophy hunter. Mark, I've played PUBG with you. I mean, you're not really a trophy hunter. Maybe a little on the conservative side, but I don't know. So we'll start with Mark.
Okay. Honestly, it varies from game to game. Yeah, for the most part, I'm not a trophy hunter. I'm not into getting all the little collectibles and things like that, especially when they get like really, really tedious. Looking at you, Batman Arkham Knight, with your 236 Riddler trophies. Ugh. To me, that's just not fun. You know, I like little Easter eggs, and the side quests have to be interesting to me. Like, for example, Spider-Man, the 2018 Spider-Man. You know, there was a side quest where basically you're going to and picking up different backpacks of Peter's all around town. But what was interesting to me is that each collectible that was in these backpacks basically gave more story. It had things that tied into Spider-Man's lore and things that happened in this particular iteration of Spider-Man that made it interesting to me. And it was attainable. It was, you know, you just go to the landmark where it's indicated on the map and you find it, and that's it. You don't have to do like I think maybe some of them had to do a puzzle, maybe. Maybe not. I think they were all pretty easy to get to. Whereas like with the Riddler trophies, that drives me nuts. Yeah, it just depends. Side quests, it just has to hold my interest. Sometimes I'll hit some side quests, but I don't think I don't think I've ever actually platinumed a story game. Like, I think the only one that I think I've ever actually, quote unquote, 100%ed, and unfortunately it doesn't have a platinum trophy, is Apex Legends. I'm 100%.
Yeah, that was a big
back.
mistake. I don't understand why they didn't give that baby a platinum. I know it's free to play, but I'm pretty sure there are free to play games that have platinum trophies.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know their reasoning, but
you have it. You have it. You have it in my heart.
So basically, you will do the side missions or quests if you find them interesting only. You won't just do them for the sake of completing.
I am not a completionist.
Well, that brings us to Lucas.
Hi. Yeah, you know, it's not something that I've always done, but something clicked in me when I was introduced to PlayStation. Reintroduced, I guess I should say, because I played original PlayStation. I played PlayStation 2, and I know there was a number of games that, I mean, I still was completionist in the sense I like to finish games, but there was a number of games that I remember picking up and playing and then moving on, and it kind of left me feeling a little empty inside on a gamer level, I guess, to where I was like, that was kind of not memorable whatsoever. And so it's really been like this push and pull of both the experience itself, playing the game for the game, which, you know, I still do from time to time, especially games like Dead Cells that I've talked about. You know, I did it with, even though I went for the platinum with Avengers, just the experience of, you know, playing that with Patrick and, you know, going for the trophies, but just growing my characters and developing. I really like RPGs and really like those games where you improve. Like there's always something getting better, always improving. I of course love stories, go for the stories. But if on top of that I can have something that kind of tracks that progress, and I can earn a platinum trophy or whatever to kind of feel that completionist feeling or whatever, that closure. I really enjoy that. Like this past week, I didn't mention it, but I had started playing Super Star Wars. It's a SNES game that's on the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
And I started playing it just with James, like a couple months ago, and I popped a trophy. And I was like, oh, well, now I have to see what this game's all about. Now that I've popped a trophy, it's for whatever reason, I don't understand it, but that little pop trophy sound and that little, just like, okay, what else, what other trophies can I, get to ding? And I don't know what it is about it. I just really like it. And it's really, it's like an extra level of the game to where I just like the challenge. I like the punishment, but anyway, so I kept like kind of playing it here and there. And then I realized that, I could not only play through the whole game on the hardest difficulty by using save scumming, where you save at like a good moment, and then you play forward, and if you screw up, you reload the save and do it again until you get a good run, and then you save it again, and I did that through the whole game, and I beat the game. And James was with me for a lot of it, Tasha, and then they had like classic Super Nintendo cutscenes, but I never would have gotten to see like that whole game, seen all the way through, if it weren't for the trophies. That kind of just nudged me on, and just for me, it's something that helps me to kind of just gives me that extra oomph to get my money's worth, or to do something with with my kids that I wouldn't otherwise do or care about. It kind of adds an extra layer of investment in the game, going for the trophy. So that's kind of why I'm a completionist. I think now a lot of it comes down to more the social aspect, and it's seasonal. Like it ebbs and flows. This year has been a lot more social. Next year, we'll see. Maybe I actually haven't been doing a lot of trophy hunting this year, so maybe next year will be a little different.
I will say the other thing is doing side quests, to kind of go off of what you were saying, Lucas, in terms of progression. I will say that I will do side quests when I have to level up my character in order to go to a certain point.
Yep.
That is when I was like, okay, I'm going to have to grind this a little bit to level up my character to get to a certain point.
And if they give you side quests to grind out, that's good, because it gives you like some variety. If they just want you to play the same, I can't stand JRPGs for that reason sometimes, where they just like, you have to do the same thing over and over again. And I mean, Avengers had a little bit of that to it, and it was annoying sometimes. If it weren't for like doing that with Patrick, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. But
that's why I quit. That's why I quit Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny has that same thing. Yep, it's the same idea.
Farming and grinding.
Yeah, so that it's funny. It's one of the reasons I brought it up, because like as I'm sitting here playing with Elizabeth, and she's completing challenges and trying to basically complete every part of the game, and I'm just sitting here like I just don't understand. I don't understand it. And the reason is like I don't get any satisfaction when I get those. Like I literally so the Xbox has like its trophies and everything, or accomplishments or whatever they are.
Achievements, close enough.
Achievements, yeah. It's another A word. That's exactly how much I pay attention to them.
Accomplishments.
Yeah.
I think they should change it to accomplishments.
Yeah, I see it come up on the bottom
score?
of the screen, and I'm like, oh yeah, good for me, I guess, whatever. But no, I just, when I get those, there's just no satisfaction in it for me. It's really, it's a personal satisfaction thing, if you want to do that. Because outside of yourself, nobody cares about your platinums or about your accomplishments.
That's exactly right. Well, except other people that care for platinums.
But that's true. That's true. But that's like finding.
Because they'll look at it and be like, "Wow, look at those!" I'm
you
like,
are awesome.
I know, right?
I mean, I guess if you can showcase them, maybe that would be more understandable. But no, I don't. I do a little bit of side quest stuff. Kind of like Mark said though, like I have to be pretty interested like in the game. Like I remember Red Dead Redemption, And God, if we haven't added Red Dead Redemption to that top 100 list, by the way, somebody just remind me when we get there and I don't have a game. But I would do side quests in that because the game was really cool. So like I thought the side quests and stuff, like just interacting inside of that world was really neat. But I still didn't, try to like go platinum the game or anything like that. I wasn't going to go hunt out like all the side quests and stuff. Just if I came across one, I would do it. But yeah, it is interesting. It's funny playing with Elizabeth because we couldn't be more different in the way that we play. I mean, I'm like, I go into town and, she looks at her items and goes through them, and she's pretty meticulous, about all of it. And I just go in and I just like salvage all. Like gold is pretty much worthless in that game. We found out. Turns out like you just end up with a huge amount of gold, and the merchants never have anything to buy. Like you can craft stuff, but it doesn't cost very much money to craft stuff. So you just have this huge pile of gold. So I just salvage everything, and I'm like, no, I don't want to spend time in this town. Like let's get in, sell our stuff, and let's just go. Yeah. So she's always like, do you want to look at your stuff? I'm like, no, let's just go.
Let's go. I'm good. I think something that's interesting about it is when you step back, and I know it's not 1-to-1, but there's something that says about you, like the way you game, the way you treat the little things in life. Like, what does that say about you? What does that say about, not in terms of like good or bad, but like how does that reflect who you are and what you're like? Like I think about how, like even with Mindy and I, when we watch shows, there's been a couple shows that we got like, knowing that there were 6 seasons, we get to like the 5th or 4th season, we're like, ugh, this isn't grabbing me, but we're already this close, we might as well see it through. And then we just do it anyways because we're like, just to say, we finished all the seasons of whatever show. I'm trying to remember what that happened with most recently. I mean, we kind of have that with The Flash right now. We've watched all 5 seasons of it, and I'd say since the 4th season, it's like, I'm kind of just going through the motions. But I'm like, I've now gotten this far. I'm like, I don't know. And in some ways, I'm like, you know what? I'm getting too old for this stuff. I don't have to watch this. I can just watch the stuff I like. But there's just always that hope. It's like, where's the glimmer and the I don't know, the storytelling that they had in season 1, 2, and 3, for example, in keeping with Flash. And so Mindy and I both kind of have that same practice in terms of completionist or wanting to see it through.
Yeah, see, I would drop it immediately when I became disinterested. On that episode, I might not even finish it. Like, this sucks. And I'm out.
This is stupid.
And I'm out, and I will never even think about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the topic, though. The psychology of it actually is kind of interesting. Like, how you find out how people are, and, It's like, I have a couple buddies, like, one buddy, he'll complete all the stuff. And, like, the one I play with the most, nope. He's like me. We just charge in. We'll just charge in. We'll be underpowered. Whatever it is, that's fine.
Leroy
It's exactly like that.
Yep. It's Leroy Jenkins it. Hey, if you're playing in a group, as long as you got one Elizabeth with you, you'll be all right. They'll anchor you down. You'll take most of the hits, but they'll keep you steady. So
the funny thing is, in like Ark, everything is almost reversed a little bit in that game. It's an odd thing. Like, so there are things in that game that give me like total anxiety. And like, keep in mind, I have some seriously powerful creatures, right? There's little chances that I'm going to die. I have to be off of something in order to die, which is rare for me. Like, I'll go from creature to creature on purpose. But basically, I play with Eric a lot, and Eric, that Leroy Jenkins thing, like, that is him. Like, he will go in. I mean, he, like, you played PUBG with him, Mark. Like, like, he's going in first, and he's going in loud. That's the way he does it.
Yeah, that was him. That was him in Apex too.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, "Hey, there's a care package over there. We should go get that." And by the time he just like finished the sentence, he's gone.
Yeah,
I was like,
so me, I'm like sitting back a little while, like watching him. Like, yeah, you go ahead and die. I'm gonna sit here. And survive. But like the whole underwater world, total. Like, I'm anxiety ridden the whole time we're underwater. The problem is underwater, you can basically get shocked by a small jellyfish, and you're on this like massive underwater powerful creature, and it'll shock you right off of it. And then when they keep
Oh,
shocking
yeah.
you, you
Then
just
you're
can't move.
exposed.
It's one of those deaths that you just have to watch yourself die and accept it because there's nothing you can do. It's the worst.
Yeah, that's awful.
But yeah, so no, but that's it. What do you got for us, Lucas?
All right, so I decided to kind of take a cue from our old pal, Nate Engberg, Lord Zukor on the Discord. Actually, he caught wind of our improv episode a couple weeks ago, and we left this out. And so I decided to make it my topic. He wrote this earlier this month. Since next week is an improv episode, here's a game for you. Pick a movie title and replace one word with plop. For example, Star Wars Revenge of the Plop, or another example from Ryan Straube, The Plop Reloaded. So, I decided to put together a list from the top 100 GOAT films to see what knowledge you have of films and if you can keep your cool long enough to answer them when you hear some of these mixed up plot movies. I haven't decided the name of the show yet, so I want to throw some names at you and see which one rings a bell, if you think you'll like this or not. The first suggestion is Plopperty. Kind of so-so. What about The Plop is Right? A little better?
We're getting there.
Okay. Let's Make a Plop. Getting warmer. All right. Family Plop? No, it's too much. Plop of Fortune.
That's it.
Is that it? Plop of Fortune?
Yes.
The last one I had was Press Your Plop.
That sounds gross.
That's disgusting, right? It's like, all right. All right. So, Plop of Fortune or Let's Make a Plop? Which one? Since, Mark, you really care for all of these plop segments we do, which one do you like the most?
I'm gonna go with Plop of Jeopardy. I mean Plop of Fortune.
Plop of Fortune. All right, we're gonna do Plop of Fortune. So that's the new official name of this, Plop of Fortune. So I'm gonna go through about 20 titles, and I think what we're gonna do is just take turns, and if I'm just gonna give 5 seconds, if the person doesn't know, then the other person gets to see if they can guess. And I'm gonna give you a title where plop is gonna replace a word. And then you need to tell me what the missing word is. So I'll do an example just so, we don't get things mixed up. All right, here's the example. We're going to start with Ronnie to lead the way and see with 5 seconds if he can guess what the missing word is. Okay?
Yep.
Your movie title is Plop Club.
Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club. You got it. Look at that. This is going to be a good one. So that's the example, just to make sure we all got it. So Plop Club is Fight Club. Now, if that were real, you would get a plop, which is our points.
Because of course it is.
Of course it is.
Because as is tradition.
But as is tradition. So you both start out with 0 plops. All right. Here we go. Number one, we're going to start with Mark since Ronnie started the example. Mark, you have 5 seconds. Name the missing word in this title. Raging Plop.
Bull.
That is correct. 1 point for Mark.
One plop.
1 plop. Sorry, yes. Thank you for that reminder. 1 plop for Mark.
I'm going to be terrible.
All right,
at this game.
we're going to go with Ronnie. Ronnie, here's your title. Plop with the Wind.
Run.
I am sorry.
No.
Mark?
That sounds horrible though. Plop with the wind. It's gone.
Oh
by the
my
way.
god, how could I miss that?
Gone with the Wind. That is correct. All right, we're going to go black. We're going to go back to Mark. Mark, the sound of plop.
Music.
Yes, that is correct.
See, I wouldn't even have known that was a movie title. This is the worst game ever for me to be facing. This is the worst week for Pat to be missing.
Yeah,
It's just
you can
me
thank
against
Pac
Mark.
later
This is the worst.
for making you go head to head
This
with
is
Mark.
the worst.
Mark's gonna win the plop game. All right, here we go. Ronnie, 12 Angry Plops.
Pass.
Pass.
I have no clue what this is.
All right,
Men.
Mark. Men. That is correct.
Start
You know
guessing
what? Just to
randoms.
make it a little more fair, whoever misses it gets to go first. So, Ronnie, you're going to go
This is
first
just
again.
putting me like my horrible skills like on display. Are we serious? I gotta go every time.
You're going to get one. I believe in you. All right. Here we go, Ronnie. 2001, A Space Plop.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea
Mark.
what that is. A space plop? A space? I have no idea.
Odyssey.
That is correct.
This game sucks.
2001, A Space Odyssey. What's great is you think this sucks, and then Mark is doing great at it, and he also thinks it sucks because it's a plot game. All right.
This is the world we live in. Welcome to 2020.
Ronnie, I think you can get this one. Ready?
I'm ready.
The Silence of the Plops.
Lambs.
Yes,
There it is.
Ronnie scored a point. Woo!
How many am I behind?
Each point you score is, let's see,
How many plops in my
is
bag?
6 points.
6 plops.
Mark has 5 plops. You have 6 plops.
Wow. That's dirty.
That was a 5-pointer.
All right. So Mark didn't get the last one, so now he gets to go first. Mark, here is your next title: Singin' in the Plop.
Brain.
Yeah, that is correct. All right, here we go. Ronnie, yours. Some Like It Plop.
No idea what this is. This is the worst.
All right, Mark, what is it?
It's funny because the word is hot.
That is right. Some like it hot. Some like it plop. All right. Ronnie, I have good feelings about this one.
I'm sure you do.
Saving Private Plop.
Ryan.
That is correct.
Private
All right.
plop.
Private Plop.
Private plop reporting for duty.
Duty.
All right, Mark. A Streetcar Named Plop.
Desire.
That is correct.
Is that even real?
We shall know.
That's a real movie?
That is
Sure is.
Streetcar Named Desire.
Starring Marlon Brando.
Yep. The Godfather.
Mark fact.
Before he was a Godfather. All right. Here we go, Ronnie. Ronnie, A Plop in Paris. You have 2 options
Walk.
for this, actually. No.
All right, Mark,
Mark?
what is it?
Oh, gosh. Actually, this one's... I want to say it's a werewolf.
That's one of them, yep. A werewolf. And then I think the original was an American in Paris, but werewolf
Okay.
werewolf is more well known.
What are these movies from?
All right.
The
These are
80s.
yeah, these are the GOAT movies, so they like span 30, 40 the past 30, 40 years. So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, not just the 80s. Obviously,
Yeah.
like 30s, 40s, and all that.
yeah. It's possible I did not plan this with Ronnie going head to head against Mark, but this is the day we live in. This is 2020, my
this is what
friend.
it is. I mean, I'm prepared to take a beating here.
You got to be ready. All right.
All my points should be worth 5. All of my answers should probably be worth 5 plops. That probably would even it out.
Yeah, that's why I said yours are worth 5 or 6 plops. We'll see how it
5 or
There is a
6.
fair chance that
out
I
in
don't
the
get
end.
another plop this entire time, though.
That
also,
is true. But I have good
dangerous
feeling.
game
All
we're
right.
playing.
Next one. Ronnie, Dr. Plop.
Who?
Is that a movie, Mark? Is there a Doctor
No.
Who movie? No. Okay.
There is a Doctor Who movie, but that's not the whole title.
All right, fair enough. Sorry, Ronnie.
Yeah, it's Doolittle, isn't it?
Mark.
No.
Nope. These are GOAT
Really?
films. No, it's not Dr. Doolittle. So, Mark, Dr. Plop.
I did say Doctor No.
Oh, Dr.
Yeah,
No.
he wasn't just saying no to the question.
Oh, I thought you were just like, no. All right, I'll accept Dr. No. I was actually looking for Dr. Zhivago
Oh, that one. Okay.
or Dr. Doolittle. I would have accepted Dr. Doolittle.
Never
just
even
for
heard
fun.
of that one.
Dr.
Never
Zhivago.
heard.
Dr. Zhivago?
What is that?
Classic. It's just an old movie about a doctor who is in Russia. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, actually, so.
Awesome.
My mom loved it. Yeah, it's awesome. All right. You got this one. 6 more points on the board for Ronnie. Predicting it now.
Let's do it.
Jurassic Plop.
Park.
Yes.
It's funny because there is a Jurassic Plop in that movie.
There is.
There is a real Jurassic Park plop. All right. I give a nice... You know what? From now on, I'm just going to make sure Ronnie gets the softballs and Mark gets the the fast, curveballs. All right, Mark, are you ready?
I hope so.
Yep. All quiet on the Western Plop.
Front.
Man, I would have got that.
That is correct. Oh, would you have gotten that one?
Yeah.
Dang it. Sorry, I didn't know.
History,
All
man.
right. Yeah, I guess so. Ronnie, the French Plop.
I don't know, but I want to say tickler.
That is incorrect. That definitely did not make the goat films of the past century. Mark, the goat plop, the French Plop.
Oh gosh. Actually, I'm not sure
Gene
of this one.
Hackman.
I
right.
probably know the movie. I just don't remember it.
I'm going to give these plops to Patrick. He gets
There you go.
10 plops.
Have some plops, Pat.
The French Connection.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ronnie, I will give you one of two. There are two that I can think of. One's not a goat movie, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to accept it. Here we go. Your title is Plop Man.
Blank.
Oh, there's a third one. Yes.
Aha!
I give you points for that, too.
All right.
Ronnie. Mark, I'll give you another chance for points. Another Plop Man. There's multiple Plop Men.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Bat.
Yes, I accept that, too.
You could go with
Ronnie,
Inside Man. Also. That's a
Yep.
great movie.
So, Ronnie, you get another point.
All right.
More points.
Add them
Mark,
up.
any more Plop Man?
Rain Man.
Yep,
Ooh.
that was the actual answer.
That was the real answer.
Yeah, definitely
right.
gonna get this answer right.
Yeah. I found that answer at Kmart. Ronnie, give you one more chance.
Are we still on the
for a
man
Plop
thing?
Man. Yep, Plop Man. Think Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone, and Seatbelts.
Demolition Man.
Yes. I'll give you...
You know what? That's not the first thing when I think Wesley Snipes either, because it was like so early.
Yeah, that's true. It was early in his
Yeah.
career. All right. I got a few more. Mark, the Plops of Wrath.
Grapes.
That is correct.
Grapes.
Oh, good old grapes. The Plops of Wrath. All right. Ronnie, the Green Plop.
Mile.
Yes, that is correct.
Green plop.
Consult a doctor
That's horrible.
if you have this issue.
That is, definitely talk to a doctor. All right. Last two, not sure about this next one, but thankfully it's Mark's. Mark, the African Plop.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know what this one is.
Any guesses, Ronnie?
Safari.
That was a good effort, but it was Queen, the African Queen.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know what that movie is.
Yeah, I
But,
don't either.
I think I've heard of it, but yeah, who knows? All right, Ronnie, last one. Rebel without a plop.
Cause.
That is correct.
Nice.
You finished strong, my friend. You scored a multiplicity of plops.
I don't even know how many points
Excuse
I was
me,
getting
Mike.
per.
Let me count your
even know
plops
where I
here.
was.
1, 2. I mean, if we went off the the 5-point scale, you got 35 plops, and Mark got 13.
I crushed it.
But we all know that Mark beat you.
We do all know that.
But we
do.
can all agree that Patrick got last.
That is true. If he were here, though, we can all agree that he probably would have gotten at least second.
He might have gotten second. Yeah. Depending on how the cards were dealt.
I mean, he knows his movies, though, I feel like.
He does know some movies, but I definitely put some old ones in there. Not even thinking about the fact that only Mark would know these movies. I'm like, yeah,
This game was made.
let's see what happens. As soon as I started, as soon as I did the first one, Raging Plop, and I was like, oh, I don't know if Plop with the Wind. Yeah, at least you got the Green Plop. That was the one I was rooting for you on that one. All right.
Again, doctor.
Yep. Dr. Plop. So there you go. Thank you, Lord Zukor, for that. Did you guys have any... he did mention, if you wanted to bring up any movies that you wanted to put the word plop with, you're welcome to. I thought I'd do the dirty work for you.
I think I'm good. Now that I have to think about movies, I don't know any at all.
Yeah.
The Superman movie
on the
was a
spot.
plop. If that.
Yeah, you could just call it Plop. Be like, yep,
Plop
Superman.
Plop, man.
Plop,
Super
man.
plop.
Super Plop. That could be super bad, Superman. It's a few options. It's good stuff. All right. Well, that is all for this reoccurring random romp right into your ear holes.
I have a question.
Ah, you said the word.
What's your question, Ronnie?
Have you guys seen this Star Wars Squadron game coming out? Or that came out or anything?
It did come out. Yeah.
Is that any good?
I've heard about it.
Do you think? It's just dogfights,
Heard it's
right?
good.
It's like a
Yeah, it's just dogfights. If you like did you play the Battlefront games?
yeah.
Either of them? Did
Yeah.
you like the
They were
dogfights,
pretty cool.
spaceship fighting?
I just wonder how interesting it could be after a little bit. You know what I mean? Like anything in the
Yeah.
Star Wars world like automatically like kind of pulls me in a little bit. But
Ask Pat about it.
has he played it?
Because he's played. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
He
ask
has
him
played
about
it. But from what I've heard, the
Looks
whatever
cool.
it's called, the main campaign, like the single player campaign, is all right. It's pretty fun. But the multiplayer is not. It gets kind of it's kind of it is what it is. And if you've played it in Battlefront and however you felt about it there, it's not going to change
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah.
Well, in
So-
like the videos and stuff, it shows like a lot of like first person, like in the cockpit stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a first person fan and almost anything. Like that, I feel like first person in video games gives me like, I guess first person if you have like a gun carrying around is a little bit better, but I do like third person way better in almost every game. No, that's all. I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
I saw a bunch of
Yeah.
previews for it, and now that I've watched one like ad for it, like it's across all platforms on my phone. Like they're just
Yep.
everywhere.
Yeah. 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 You're always welcome to ask. We might not know what's happening.
You guys
but-
are my only gaming. You guys are pretty much my only gaming information because I'm not about to read, anything.
Yeah, no, that's too much work.
It's you guys and
No,
Eric,
let us
basically.
let us do the heavy lifting. Yeah,
It's you guys and Eric Eric's an idiot. So
yeah. Heaven help us if you ask us and we're like, you're gonna have to ask Eric, and then you're like,
oh no.
I'd rather not. I'm gonna go take a
I'm
nap.
done with this conversation.
Plop. All right. Before we wrap things up, we did need to cover just a little bit of housekeeping, a slight little bit.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. We're gonna offer you some towels. Put some Andes chocolate candies on your pillow. Tip you off to the things you need to know. If you have not, please take the time to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Stitcher. Somehow it helps more joiners join us. We are currently still sitting pretty at 40 reviews. Pat may do something crazy in 2022 at this rapid pace we're going at when we reach 50 ratings and reviews. But let's wait and see. I mean, you never know what could happen in 2021 or at the end of 2020. It could just happen. Who knows?
Sure.
We'd love it if you contributed. Also, to go beyond listening, check out the show notes to this episode. Find our handles with Twitter. You can also connect and chat with us and our GMG joiners on Discord. Check out Mark's weekly Gotham streams on twitch.tv/The Good Morning Guys on Saturdays. My streams, which are now back to random times because my family is with me 24/7. I'll likely be continuing to play Miles Morales. Maybe he's getting a little overcooked. Maybe more Super Star Wars with the kids. Tearaway. Join me at twitch.tv/Mr. Pastor Ham.
I will say, just a quick ad. No stream this weekend.
Yes, good call. Holidays are here. Mark is busy eating up the last of the turkey and maybe recovering from digital Black Friday shopping. I don't know. He's got family stuff.
Yeah, I will be out of town.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. He'll be traveling. So, he'll be continuing in December, and he will let you know what his Gotham game for December will be. We are looking forward to it, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, anytime you want, you can give us a call at 929-GMG-GUYS. Leave a message, ask a question, and let your voice be heard. And that's all that should be heard today. And right before we sign off, we are continuing to pull together our GMG video game top 100 that we will rank and reveal in episode 125. Which games today, fellas, would you like to add to the list? Keep in mind, Ronnie, you did not share a game with us last week, so we need 2 games from you today. Patrick is not with us, so he will give us 2 games next week. And to give Ronnie time to think, just in case he didn't know he had to give us 2 games.
Nightmare.
Mark, what is your game that you would like to add to the list?
Well, I already know the game that I am going to select, but the game of my choosing that I'm going to say in just a moment to give Ronnie some time to think about which game he would like to say is Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
Ooh, nice.
I absolutely loved playing that game back in the day on PS2.
Yep.
Huge fan. I mean, I'm a huge fan of anything to do with time.
Now that's the
time
first
travel.
one, right?
That's the first. It's the first
second?
one in the reboot, basically.
Yeah, in the reboot, the PS2. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because I think it was that one, and I think Warrior Within was the second one. I think they're actually re-releasing sometime next year. They're doing a remaster of Sands of Time.
Oh, are they? Cool. Actually, the first trophy I popped on PS3 was Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands? Is that a thing? I can't remember the name of it.
That might be.
It's got Sands in the name.
Remember.
It's one of the Prince of Persia games, but it was the first one, and I didn't even know what trophies were at that point. I was just trying it out, and all of a sudden it was like, bling, and I'm like, oh, what happened? And so, yeah, it's good times.
Yeah.
Good choice. All right, my choice, I'm going to go ahead to give Ronnie even more time to figure out that second game because I know he already has his first game in mind. I don't think anybody's mentioned this, but it's Telltale's The Walking Dead.
I think Patrick may have mentioned that.
Did Patrick say that one? All right, backup answer because I was prepared just in case.
Nice.
If Patrick had that answer, or if that had already been mentioned, Horizon Zero Dawn is my backup answer.
Don't know if that's been said.
I think I already added that.
know. You did?
No.
Actually, you know what?
I
I
did not.
did.
You did?
I did, yeah.
No, you didn't.
Oh, who's prepared now?
Dang it. I don't have a third game.
In your face,
All right.
Lucas.
Yep. Got me. Where's
So,
Patrick's got the
if I have not
list. All right,
added Red Dead
go ahead,
Redemption,
Ronnie.
I do want to add that. That is one of my... I probably have put more hours into that game. There may have only a couple of games that I put more hours into, I guess I should say.
You said Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
And I want to add the other Red Dead Redemption as well.
1 and 2.
Yes. Was it
Perfect.
Red Dead Revolver? Is that what it was? And then Red Dead Redemption?
Well, that's the very first one.
Yeah,
I think
Revolver, Redemption,
I would like the
and
last
Redemption
two.
2.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2.
All right. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Yeah, Revolver. I don't even know anyone that's played that.
I played all of them. Even the original one. Which was actually still good, but it was a little clunky.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was PS2.
It was a while back, yeah.
All right, Lucas, you got one yet?
Kind of.
Sorta.
Not really. I'm looking.
It's literally what I do every
right.
time.
Did I say? Dang it! What? Who said Horizon Zero? Oh, you did say Horizon Zero Dawn, didn't you?
I sure did.
You little dinkus. All right. I'm gonna go with XCOM 2.
There you go.
Yep. I mean, I love the original XCOM, but XCOM 2 just made everything prettier. And maybe, I don't know, I kind of want to go with the original XCOM. Now I don't know. Yeah, I have to choose, don't I? You know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. XCOM 2. I'm just going to go with the newest version. It has all the same stuff as the original, and I think it works a little better. I think it gave you a little more... I know in XCOM 1, I couldn't have made my soldiers look like so close to what you guys look like, for example. I know that their character creator's not like perfect or anything in any way, but in XCOM 2, I thought They gave you enough that you could make your soldiers look like friends, family, whoever you wanted it to look like. So I'm gonna go with XCOM 2. Yeah, that's my third choice for the night since I struck out with the first two. However, if we find out that Telltale's Walking Dead is still good, I'm gonna go back and keep that one. But I know you're right about HZD. I now remember that you said that. So,
yeah, I think Pat said Telltale's Walking Dead, but
he might have.
We need to have it in front of us.
We really do at this
Just
point.
to make sure.
We've now accumulated like at least 40 games or so. We're like more than halfway. So, all right, cool. Next week, Ronnie, since your birthday is on Saturday, you are in charge. It is going to be your birthday stream. You host. You pick the topic. You're pretty much in charge of everything. So hold on to your butts, people, or plops. Ronnie,
Hold on tightly.
Ronnie's the captain now. We can't hear you. Your mic's off.
Oh,
You
well, that
did.
didn't go over as well as I thought it was going to.
Nope.
I said I will definitely prepare.
I don't believe you.
Which
but
means he won't.
hey, it's your show, man.
I'll figure out what
I
we're
look
going to talk
forward to it,
about
no matter
30
what.
minutes before we start.
Perfect. Perfect.
There's a good chance it could be a Sasquatch talk the whole time.
That's fine. We'll figure it out. I'd say I'd do my research, but I'll research Sasquatch and then you'll talk about baseball or something. Like totally different.
Yeah, just
So I'll
don't
be like,
research
"All right."
anything. I mean, I would be responsible for that.
Exactly. Alrighty then, Pat, who's not with us, but is here in spirit. We love you and miss you. Mark and Ronnie J, who are with us, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, who are definitely, hopefully, still with us. Go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.